So I wanted to give you my 4-step interview process. The 4th step, I'm going to be honest, I don't really do, and it's only because of time and laziness and me just not following my own protocol. But I would highly recommend it because I have done it, and it has proven to, at the last minute, eliminate certain people. So once I receive a resume, I see someone that I want to go to the next step, which is a phone interview, which is the first step technically, I send them a free disc assessment that I have, so I can understand their personality before I get them on the phone. And so then once I get them on the phone, I go through my list of questions, and it usually takes about, I just do it in a methodical way. And I have a list of questions that I ask, and I don't get into too many deep conversations. I'm just trying to find out if I want to get to the in-person interview. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to hire them there. So I just go through these questions really quick. And then at that point, I go to, if they make it past that point, I go to an in-person interview. And I do that alone. So I meet with them. I'm a little bit more open to conversation at that point, and I'm trying to read how they present themselves and just a bunch of different things. So, and then from that point, I move to the 3rd step, which is called a second in-person interview with either a partner that I may have or a manager. So I can basically sit back and watch and see how they answer the same questions, but from another perspective of someone else, and I can see if they're consistent with how they answered me. And at that point, I typically make a decision if I want to hire them or not. But you really should go to the next step if it's a high-level executive or someone that's really, really key, and it's inviting them out to dinner, and also inviting their spouse, and just being open if they want to bring someone like that. And at this point, you get to kind of see how they act when their guard is down a little bit more. It's still up, but it loosens up a little bit. And you get to see how they just interact in a social environment. And I've actually really felt good about people. And then I got to this point, and I seen some things that I didn't like about them. And most of the time, I worked through them, but there's been a few times where I didn't end up hiring them. So that's my 4-step interview process. I know to all of you it sounds like a lot, because it's like when I have to hire somebody, I'm like, I have to go through this 4-step or 3-step, which is what I typically do, interview process again, and it's so laborious and it takes so much time, but it really is key to making hires. And you have to be willing, after you've gone down the road of a couple weeks of interview with this person, to not make a rash decision just because you're impatient and sick of interviewing people. These are big decisions for your business, and they can either make your life easy or make it difficult. So that's my 4-step interview process. I wish you the best of luck, because interviewing sucks.